Well, Dr. Paul, I want to close out a little bit differently. You know, we've done about 1,100 of these shows. It's amazing, 1,100. You look back on some of them over the last 2 or 3 years, it's amazing how much we've done. The Ron Paul Institute, of course, is the software behind the show. You know, it's done for that. But, you know, we operate on a shoestring, as you know better than anyone. But we do need to occasionally, you know, raise a bit of money. And springtime is when organizations traditionally do a spring fundraising, and so we need to do one too. We have to pay for the show. We have to pay for the Institute. We've got a great conference coming up in Houston. We've got another great one coming up in August, which we'll talk about maybe in a few days. And a lot of things that we're doing, publishing articles, publishing books, your books. But we have to pay for things. But we know sometimes it's difficult for people to get motivated to make that contribution. We are a nonprofit organization, and so this is why we wanted to offer an incentive to our friends, to our listeners, to our viewers, to come on board and join the Institute, help us keep going, and we're going to give you something in return, something that I think, to be honest, is very, very special. And this is a book that you wrote, The Individual versus the Collective. And this is exactly the antidote we need for some of the more troubling trends we have in our country right now toward collectivism. We're going to send this book out to every donor who gives $50 or more from now until the beginning of May. And for those who give $100 or more, we will send you a signed book. We're going to get Dr. Paul to sign these books for you and send it out to you. And our $100 plus donors will also be featured on this show as co-producers. You are part of this show. And so if you want to get on board, ronpaulinstitute.org/support. Make a donation. Help us continue spreading the message of peace. Ron Paul's 40-plus years of work in the cause of peace, and get this terrific book. This is the only place you can get it right now. The only place you can get this amazing new book, little mini book from Dr. Paul.